If someone in your life does even one of these five things, run. This isn't overreacting, it's protection. The most dangerous psychopaths don't hide in shadows. They hide behind charm, confidence, and charisma, blending into workplaces, relationships, and friend circles with terrifying ease. They don't need weapons. They use your empathy, your trust, and your assumptions. What makes them so dangerous is how normal they seem, until it's too late. In this video, you'll learn 5 subtle but critical warning signs that experts and survivors say can expose a psychopath in plain sight. These aren't just red flags, they're escape routes. Let's start with the one you'll feel in your gut, even if you don't know why. And if you've ever commented on a video like this, stay with me. I'm featuring a few powerful viewer stories at the end. Some of them are chilling. One of them might even be yours. Sign 1. Emotional mimicry. The first sign is emotional mimicry, when someone shows correct emotions. But something just feels off. It's not that they don't express feelings, they do. Smiles, concern, even tears. But the timing, intensity, or duration is always just slightly wrong. A former colleague once described a manager like this. He'd smile too fast, like flicking a switch. Show perfect concern when someone shared bad news, but then glance at his phone mid-sentence. It always felt acted. That's the tell. Their emotions don't reach their eyes. And the second they think no one's watching, the expression disappears. These reactions aren't awkwardness. They're rehearsals. Psychopaths don't feel the way others do. They study how we look when we feel and perform it back to us like a mask. You don't consciously spot it at first, but your instincts do. That unease? Listen to it. And here's where things start getting slippery. What if someone's entire backstory changes depending on who's listening? Sign 2, the shifting biography. The second sign is the shifting biography, when someone tells different versions of their life story depending on who's listening. Sure, everyone shares selectively, but this is deeper, full-on identity shape-shifting. A woman in a support group discovered her partner had told 3 completely different life stories. To her, he was a misunderstood artist. To colleagues, a tech entrepreneur. To friends, a world traveler raised abroad. None of it aligned. The goal isn't connection, it's control. They tailor each version to mirror what the audience admires or pities. Childhood trauma, prestigious jobs, epic heartbreak, whatever makes you drop your guard. Ask questions, and the story shifts again. Or they deflect with charm, jokes, or fake vulnerability. This isn't privacy. This is tactical manipulation. Constructing a persona just convincing enough to make you trust the mask. Honestly, by the third version of their traumatic childhood in France, you start rooting for the plot twist. But it's not just what they say, it's how they react when others are suffering that reveals the real mask. This next sign is the one that made my jaw drop when I first saw it in real life. Watch closely. It's chilling. Sign 3, the distress disconnect. The third sign is the distress disconnect, when someone reacts to pain, tragedy, or suffering with curiosity instead of empathy. Most people instinctively mirror distress. We wince, frown, feel it in our bodies. But psychopaths? They stay emotionally still. Or worse, they seem interested. A trauma counselor once said, "Watch who leans in with questions when someone shares pain. Not to comfort, but to analyze." It's like they're collecting data. They don't flinch at your pain, they study it and use it. They'll ask probing questions about awful events, but stay oddly upbeat or detached. You'll catch a glint of fascination when others would be disturbed. They might say all the right sympathetic words, but underneath something's missing. That human echo of emotion just isn't there. It's not morbid curiosity, it's a missing gear, a neurological gap where empathy should be. They're not trying to relate, they're trying to understand how to fake it better next time. This is where the manipulation goes from subtle to social warfare. And most people never see it coming. And don't forget, I'm sharing some real viewer stories right after sign 5. These comments say the quiet part out loud. Sign 4, the triangulation trap. The fourth sign is the triangulation trap, when someone deliberately creates conflict between others while positioning themselves as the calm, trustworthy middleman. It starts subtly. "I probably shouldn't say this, but..." Or "They told me not to tell you," followed by a bomb that makes you doubt someone else. A workplace mediator shared a case where a new hire quietly poisoned a close-knit team. He'd pass along private comments, misquotes, half-truths, until everyone was isolated, confused, and only trusted him. When the truth came out, he played shocked and betrayed. If one person is always in the middle of the drama, they're not the peacekeeper, they're the puppet master. Psychopaths do this to fracture connections, because divided people are easier to control. If someone always seems to be the one in the middle of drama, ask yourself who benefits from that. Spoiler, it's not a coincidence. It's emotional chess, and you're the pawn. Up until now, they've played nice. But the moment you say no, that's when the real face shows up. Sign 5. The boundary backlash. The fifth sign is the boundary backlash. When someone reacts with outsized anger, manipulation, or cold rage the moment you say no. Most people feel a little disappointed when they don't get their way. Psychopaths, they treat it like a personal attack. A therapist recalled a client whose charming new partner flipped instantly when she refused a last-minute request. He went from affectionate to vicious in 5 seconds, she said. No conversation, just instant devaluation. This is the mask slipping. You're no longer useful, so they punish you with guilt, silence, insults, or sudden distance. Pay attention the first time you push back. That reaction? It's the real them. This isn't hurt feelings. It's the rage of someone who believes your boundaries are an inconvenience, not a right. Say no once, and you'll see exactly who they are. These signs aren't just theory. They're patterns people have lived through in real life. And if you've ever commented on a video like this, stay with me. Some of your stories are featured here. What people have survived is chilling. Featured comment 1 from at KPF 2014. Was married to this very young for 32 years. Red flags the whole time, but he was taught to fake empathy, turned on tears, Jekyll/Hyde. Destabilizing. They can smell empaths like a predator. We have to empower and educate our youngest and all of society. People do not believe that their heroic neighbor really is this person. This story stuck with me because it shows just how long these dynamics can last. Decades. Faked empathy, manufactured vulnerability, even tears. All tools to destabilize and control. And she's right. We need to stop picturing psychopaths as strangers. Sometimes they're the people others admire most. Featured comment 2 from at Brian Saditsoy must be true 4206. So many broken people out there in 2025. Be careful who you let into your life. There's a hard truth here. Being broken and being dangerous aren't always separate things. Some people heal, others harm. In an age where emotional masks are common, learning to listen to your gut and protect your peace isn't just smart, it's survival. If someone in your life does even one of these 5 things, run. This isn't overreacting, it's protection. The most dangerous psychopaths don't lurk in dark alleyways. They show up as charming co-workers, supportive partners, or charismatic leaders, blending in perfectly while slowly dismantling your boundaries, your confidence, and your sense of reality. Pragmatic Principles posts 2 to 4 videos per week with practical tools you can actually use. So subscribe and turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss our videos. And if this video helps, hit like and drop a comment below. Which of these 5 signs have you ever seen before?